What is up, Decentraland? How's everyone doing? I am maintaining. I definitely dug the increase that we had in the market, that little slight increase that we had in the market cap yesterday. That was kind of cool. Made a couple of moves. That's really about it. For the most part, doing my R&D as I have been doing for the last 7-8 years. Which way we're gonna go, what we're gonna get, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. All right, moving forward, couple of updates. Bitcoin futures, huge news coming in from Bitcoin futures that they're gonna be releasing Bitcoin futures, and a lot of the market is expecting those to go back into the market cap. Anytime you expect things like that, they never happen, so only time can tell. I will be more than happy to wait and see where it goes. But for the most part, the market cap has been teeter-tottering around 350 to 300 billion, which tells me that it is rather stable, which is good. That means that a lot of individuals aren't able to break down that wall, which is cool. That's fine with me. I expect, of course, nobody really knows which way is going to go, and then this is strictly my opinion. But I expect Bitcoin to drop down further, and I actually hope that it does, to be quite honest, because it's going to allow for a lot more new fiat to come back in. As you know how this works, the more fiat that you have into it, more holders, the higher the market cap, then the higher the token value, blah, blah, blah. So, I wouldn't mind if it went down further, to be quite honest. Just going to get more, find a way to get more. Moving on, Theta coin has been going absolutely apeshit. Now, if you guys are familiar with the Theta project, the Theta token, these guys are looking to build the decentralized YouTube. Definitely check them out. I mean, huge market cap, a lot of tokens. I've been monitoring this cat since it was around 10 cents, 11 cents, somewhere around there. But yeah, right now it's at approximately 20 some odd cents right now. So definitely check them out. They're looking to decentralize, they're looking to make a decentralized YouTube. Now, if you guys have ever utilized YouTube and, Cloudflare, or, you ran into a lot of copyright issues, things like that, how those regulations are going to affect, the decentralized world, only time can tell. There's, millions and millions of these grandma and grandpa operations and sites that are out there that you can use for video uploading and things like that. But, the regulations typically come in, come and get, the big boys, like YouTube and, Cloudflare. If you're, a DJ, you know that, you couldn't really upload any music that was copyrighted, or you would have to give up, any kind of, ad revenue to those individuals that held the copyright. Not to say that, nobody wants artists to make money, but, a lot of these other DJs that were utilizing, this music and chopping it and mixing it and whatnot, that's also an artist. That's also talent. But, the main artists, they can definitely play all they want on, they don't like DJs chopping up their music, but, hey, these are the cats that are putting you out there. So, go back to the oldies, fellas. That's all I can recommend. Go back to the oldies. Let these guys do what they do. But moving on. You saw, what happened to Napster and all that other stuff. So this is going to be kind of a unique thing to watch to see what's going to happen with Theta. But moving on, Hextra is finally coming back around the corner. So in a couple of more days, Hextracoin, if you guys remember that from back last year, around October, November time, it was very similar to BitConnect. And what these guys, they ran into a whole shit ton of issues, and or I should put that in quotes, issues. But then, they kind of disappeared, came back, made a couple of announcements. Nobody's really heard from them since. Their lending programs closed. But on their flyer they had written May 31st is open trade, which they kind of released the open trade a while ago if you think about it. But by far this is probably the best anti-dump schemes I have ever seen. I mean, you would have to buy these tokens for 50 cents and you can't sell them you got to sell them for less than a penny. So a lot of the individuals are kind of just they're just sitting there okay, well, either you're going to stay or you're going to go, but this is painful to watch. So only time will tell, where these cats are. Moving on, IXT, if you guys remember IXT, I spoke about these guys a while ago. They're looking to decentralize insurance policies onto the blockchain. So IXT was recently looking for votes to get listed on BitZ. If you are an IXT supporter, definitely show these guys your love and go and vote. If you're familiar with any of the exchange markets, BitZ is a monster. It's not the biggest, but it is definitely one of the biggest. IDEX recently just kind of became the top decentralized exchange. More power to you guys. Keep at it. Now, if you're not familiar with IDEX, it's very similar to any other wallet. You use your private key, load that into your IDEX account, and boom, you got your tokens. So, but yeah, IXT is looking to get listed on BitZ. So, show them your love and go to the Telegram group. There's a link there and vote. It should definitely help. And these guys, like I said, they're one of the very few pioneers that are going after that industry specifically, and these guys are one of them. So show them some love. Moving on, Japan, if you guys follow the Bitcoin news, Japan is issuing 9 regulated, fully licensed exchanges. And are looking for Bitcoin. Now, Bitcoin, they do have an interest program that they're going to pay you for lending them your Bitcoin up to 5%. That's with anything above 25 Bitcoin on some of the exchanges. That's definitely good news. Definitely considering that of course the governments are now looking at it as okay, these are here to stay. So and getting these licenses is just like any other license. That's kind of like a major regulated license, say alcohol, tobacco, firearms, banking, financial institutions. So getting these licenses is very, very difficult, and Japan just got 9 of them, and they just issued 9. So that's definitely good news. China is finally starting to come around, accepting blockchain and adopting it. About time. Everyone was kind of in the FU. These aren't going anywhere. A lot of these governments got to look at it this way too. A lot of people have a lot of investments into cryptocurrency. So of course, these guys are not willing to let it go, because these are here. They're here to stay. I do see a lot of other nations finally coming around, and I do see America kind of just falling back. But I have kind of a gut feeling the majority of the holders are a lot of the heavy hitters in America. There's a lot of people that walk around silently with a lot of crypto. There's a lot of individuals that are very loud that have no crypto. So you got to kind of take it as a grain of salt. But definitely do your own diligence in whatever it is that you're going to invest into. So yeah, China's finally coming around, and that's definitely some awesome news. Moving forward, we spoke about Bitcoin futures, and we spoke about IXT, we spoke about Hextra, we spoke about Theta token, and of course, IXT being listed on BitZ. So definitely show them guys your love. Iran is also looking to do a lot of trading within cryptocurrency, their government. So that is also good news, because they want to utilize crypto for a lot of their large-scale transactions, which is okay, cool. These guys are finally coming around. moving forward, that's really about all I have. If you look at some of these Austrian markets and whatnot, if you guys follow me online, I'm posting articles all the time. Definitely read up on some of that. I typically get them from bitcoinnews.com. And then, last and foremost, India's Supreme Court hearing will be held in July for cryptocurrency, and just like any other regulation hearings, I think the issue is the ability to understand the crypto market. It's not very regulated. It is very volatile. The way that the market has been for the last couple of months, it has been rather consistent. Between about 300 billion to 350 billion market cap approximately. So that shows stability. So it's not as volatile. But India's Supreme Court hearing for cryptos is now scheduled for July. Crypto Kanun is, of course, all over cryptos, and trying to get a lot of these scammers, and I don't really blame them, but it does affect the ones that are non-scammers. Moving forward, that's all I really have. Of course, like, subscribe, all that other jazz. It keeps me motivated, keeps me occupied to do more research and bring more information to you guys. And of course, definitely follow us on Facebook and Twitter. Like our fan page, follow us on Twitter, subscribe to this channel. For any of your web hosting needs, shared hosting, dedicated servers, check out Zosting.com. We are the Zost with a host. So definitely check them out. And for all your shared hosting, domain registrations, etc. And until the next time, until I make more videos, take it easy, guys.